large scale. Coming up on your right-hand side, you're going to see a cityscape. And this is actually a composite of buildings from throughout the world. That way when filmmakers use it, you won't recognize it as a city that you're not supposed to be in. They did use this for Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio, but we did have it before then. Coming up to our metro sets here, most of these are just facades. A facade is just the front and the sides of buildings. We really only have to build what the camera will see, and your imagination just fills in the rest. Coming up across the way is one of our more famous facades, Brownstone Street. You'll recognize it as where Jim Carrey lived in Bruce Almighty.
Where's the dog? I'm in the shower. Inside bad, outside good. Inside bad, outside good.
Alright, I'm going to pause it here so you can see the tree, the signs, the cars, they're all brought in for production. They also changed the building a bit so it looks original to Bruce Almighty.
Oh, you're done now. Great. B-E-A-U.
We're now entering Courthouse Square, otherwise known as Small Town Hill Valley from Back to the Future. You just drove over the road where the DeLorean went 88 miles per hour. Our courthouse looks a bit different than it did in the film. That's because after that movie premiered, it became so recognizable on screen that we needed to build a facade, a new front and side to it, so it could be used in other productions. But the old columns to the courthouse are still there. They're behind that new front. The clock is in storage, so if a production does want the courthouse, we can recreate it. We have used this area for a few TV shows since then. This is the town of Grandview on the show Ghost Whisperer, starring Jennifer Love Hewitt. For that production, we added in the gazebo and the firehouse. More recently, though, this was the setting of Berkeley on the TV show Parenthood. And if you watch the show, Ray Romano's character owns a photography shop. Right now, that is Gordon's Gym coming up on your right-hand side. They changed it for a commercial that was filming out here a couple of weeks ago. I feel like leaving this small city, though, and heading on into a big one, New York! And no one knows more about New York than our very own co-host. Hey, Jimmy, tell them about it.
Hey, everyone, welcome to New York! I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. I once got mugged over there. An old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City.
Hey, I'm walking here.
It's cool, guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Thanks, Jimmy. Our New York Street comes complete with its own Broadway theaters, even its own Macy's, working manholes that go down into the grounds. Maybe it's a cold New York morning and we want steam rising from the subway. We'll put a fog machine down there. Now, this is also a street that they used in Captain America, the First Avenger. There's a part in there, most of it was filmed in Manchester, England, but from the part that he jumps on the car with all of the boxes and then jumps on the taxi cab, they filmed that here on New York Street and finally landed in front of the Hunter Green building, number 447. That is also the outside of Mindy Kaling's office on her TV show, The Mindy Project. The inside is over on Soundstage 27 that we passed a little bit earlier. We also use this area for Transformers, The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. Do you all remember when Spider-Man jumps on a big blue glass building? We're going to pull a Yui here, and you're going to see the glass building on your left-hand side. They filmed that right here at Universal Studios. Early Knight Rider series. That Magnum PI Ferrari is actually just a Ferrari shell, a dune buggy frame, and a VW engine. We can make it look like it's going fast on screen. If you love Back to the Future as much as I do, please head downstairs to the NBC Universal Experience Museum. It's just across from Transformers. The DeLorean is inside of there. And a lot of times productions will really rely on just the right vehicle to amp up a film. That's especially true for our Fast and the Furious franchise. Furious 7 has become our largest Universal opening ever, and they grossed over $1 billion in about a
everybody. Here's today's forecast for the Universal Backlot. It's going to be sunny and dry in 6 Points, Texas. Cool and cloudy in Little Europe. Expect snow and sleet on New York Street. And we've got a high chance of fog and precipitation for Skull Island, Amity Island, and Isle of Dog. That's your forecast for today. Now here's a look at what's going on in your neighborhood.
Okay, Al's predicting a flash flood. All right, well, I don't think it's going to do that today, so we're going to have to create it with some movie magic. First thing we might need is some rain. There we go, ta-da! Now, if we need rain for production, all we have to use is a sprinkler system, shoot water up into the air and allow it to fall naturally back down to the ground. It's exactly what they did in Jurassic Park and also in the movie Singin' in the Rain with Gene Kelly. Now, the sound effects that you hear wouldn't play while they were filming. Only about 10% of the sound that is in a movie is recorded while they are on set, and that's usually the actors talking. Everything else will be added in post-production on our front lot by our sound engineers. Same thing. Oh, okay. Check it out. All right. Great flash flood, you guys. Now that flood is created using thousands of gallons of recycled water at the top of the hill, rushing down towards you. Some air cannons going off. We could have a seat, please. Everyone go ahead and have a seat. We're going to be passing by our western sets. Now to your right-hand side is Denver Street. And Denver Street is kind of like our original 6 Points, Texas. 6 Points, Texas is being used today by the New York Film Academy. So you get to see some future filmmakers practicing their craft at Universal Studios. 6 Points, Texas got its name because it originally had 6 different streets, each with its own hotel, saloon, post office, and you could film 6 westerns each day and not worry about messing up each other's takes because there was no sound. And if the sheriff told you to get on out of town, all you had to do was go on to the next street. We have used 6 Points, Texas recently. It's in the Kia commercial with Blake Griffin. Also, The Voice came out here and filmed a promo. And Saving Mr. Banks. This was the setting of old Australia. You'll get a really great shot down 6 Points, Texas. Now you can see there's concrete. If we are filming something here, they will have a truck come in, put the dirt on the street so that it looks like a dusty road, and then at the end there is a company that comes and just vacuums up all of the dirt. It's kind of fun. We're doing some filming here this week because they have Video Village set up. Now Video Village is where the producer and sorry everyone, little California trimmer going on now. This is not. Hang on, I'm sure this will be over in no time. Okay, second story collapse. Watch out, trains 2 and 3. Man, Warner Brothers really predicted this with their San Andreas movie, huh? Where's the road? Large-scale mechanical effects like that are used all the time in productions. had a long weekend, but I feel like starting my weekend early. Let's go to a lovely little New England town, Amity Island. Oh, I feel like laying out, having a barbecue. Oh, look, they got Shark Week. Oh, look, there's another one. Wow, he's huge. Oh, George is in the water. George is our police diver. Everyone yell shark. Shark! Okay, on Shark Week, they punch him in the nose. If you punch him in the nose, he goes away. George, come on, fight back. You can do it. No, you didn't fight back. Make some really good sushi. You know, let's hide behind this pier here with all of these gallons of gasoline. I'm gonna feel super safe here. Yeah, this is a good idea. Look, the pier is moving. There's gasoline flying everywhere. And fire! Goodness gracious, there's balls of fire. You know, I had a barbecue on Monday. I don't need barbecue. I'm okay. Please make sure that you're staying seated. Please do not sit up the doors on the side. Sir, in our second car, please. All right, so the beige and white house on your left-hand side was the home of Gabrielle Solis, played by Eva Longoria. Next door in the lavender house lived Bob and Lee in later seasons. The yellow and stone house on your left was the home of Susan Delfino. She was played by Terry Hatcher. If you watch the show, you know how much she loves to cook. Her kitchen is still inside of there. Next door, this house used to be green. It was the home of Lynette Scavo, played by the Emmy Award-winning actress Felicity Huffman. They used 2 million linear feet of styrofoam to create the sets, enough fake snow to cover 9 football fields, and about 2,000 candy canes. We moved them out here for the tour, and we figured they had already lived next door to a Grinch. They fit in right next door to a Psycho. And this is the Bates Motel that's coming up in just a second. But our Whoville sets here, if you join us during the holidays, sometimes you can catch our little Whoville show that happens out here with our Who's. And again, this is all done with some set dressing here. If you were here later on in the or earlier on in the year, we didn't have all of these set decorations out here. A lot of that happens at our properties department, which is over by Little Europe. We have oh, and they recently redid the bathrooms. They have marble showers and jacuzzi tubs. It's to die for. It's a really great little place to stay. So let me know if you want to stay there. We're gonna drive up the Psycho path. And this is actually the Psycho Bates Motel from the second Psycho. And they would have some of the